Today we're going to start draining the heating system, and the water from the pipes is going to go into the sump pump, and the sump pump's going to pump it out, and that is located here under this porch right there. So we're going to try to put this gutter here so that when the water comes out, it'll go across the driveway into the yard. Okay, we rigged up this setup here with the gutter, an old gutter, and I thought it was going to be longer, but it wasn't. But so the water hopefully is going to come down here and then hit the pressure treat and just kind of spread out and hopefully not damage the road, the driveway, which I don't think it will. But anyways, I added a 45-degree elbow on the outlet of the sump pump so that it'll direct the water more into the gutter. So let's go into the basement
to
and
where
see
the
what we're
boiler
doing.
is.
And yesterday, shut the water off that's going to the heating system. That's the outlet of the boiler to the radiators. I also turned the thermostats off and turned this valve off, which is the return from the radiators back to the boiler. So now what we're going to try to do is cut the pipe here, put a notch in it so that it'll drain. I don't know how fast it'll drain. I'm going to try to take gutter to direct it, hopefully, into the sump pump here, and the sump pump will pump it out, which should be interesting. We've got about, I'm guesstimating 600 gallons of water. These pipes are huge here. These are what, 4-inch pipes probably. My thumb to, hard to do the two at the same time. Anyways, I believe that's a 4-inch pipe. So we got a couple of 4-inch pipes. Oh, does it say on here? No, it doesn't say. We got down here next to the boiler, we got some good sized 4-inch pipes. So as you leave all these pipes here, then they go down to 2-inch eventually, which goes to the radiators. As you can see, here's one. The red there, so you don't hit your head. This is a very low ceiling. I can stand up, I'm 5'8", I can stand up in this location, but I will hit my head, which I've done a couple times on that pipe. So a lot of pipes to cut out. As you can see, this one here, we back in January threw some Flex Seal on it because it was rotted and it was leaking, and it actually worked. We did that on one of the radiators too, upstairs on the shutoff valve. We tried to shut the radiator off to test it, and when we opened it back up, the valve leaked, and it's like, oh great. So we threw some of that Flex Seal on it, and it dropped it down to the point where it's basically was nothing. We put a towel on it, and every day we checked the towel, switch the towel, and it was like just damp. Now it's dry. Of course, today is June. We're in June, just after the COVID. Well, there's still COVID going on, but supposedly that's a whole nother story. So anyways, like I said, we're gonna try to put a notch, cut a notch in this pipe here, and have the water drain out and go into this piece of gutter which directed into the sump pump. All right, let's go. Well, best laid plans, oh well. Anyways, cut a slot in the pipe here. Tried to cut it underneath and I couldn't seem to get it to cut. I wasn't sure if it was cutting, so I cut it on the top. No water's coming out, probably because it was air bound or bound because there's no air getting into the system. So then I cut the slot bigger and still nothing was coming out. Went to a radiator on the first floor and opened up the air vent, and now the water's flowing. So, oh, now all of a sudden stopped. That's interesting. Huh. Well, here it comes again. We got 2 floors to drain here, so this is, how many square feet is this house? Oh, it's pretty big house. Yeah, there's like 8 bedrooms on the second floor. Anyway, we discussed that in previous videos. So, found these paint trays and threw them behind the pipe to kind of keep the water from going all over the place and try to get it into the sump pump. And that's working pretty good. We've got a little bit of water around the boiler, but this boiler is built up, so not worried. Yep, I don't think it's got a problem. We built a little dam here, and it's kind of helping. We'll go out and take a look how it is coming out outside. Here's the radiator that we opened up. This is in the butler pantry. You can probably hear it. This valve. Opened that one up. Now it's letting the air in. So now we're going to go outside. Here we are with our gutter contraption. Here comes the water. And that container, this container here is doing a good job of breaking it up, and this is going down the driveway. The sump pump fills up, pumps it out. And the water, as you can see, it's got a black tinge to it. Maybe you can't see it, but well, next time it comes out, you might be able to see it right here. There's a black tinge. So, you know, the water, I don't know how long the water's been in there, probably forever. Considering that, that's not bad, I guess. Here comes up. See, it's kind of dark. Comes out with some good force, though. Whoa! It comes out so fast, it just follows this piece of pressure treat. Pretty good. I was standing right next to it and didn't even come out on me. Alright. Back to draining the system. Well, it looks like we're done draining water. Which was actually faster than I thought, and less water than I thought. There's still a little bit of water left in that pipe still, but so once we cut the pipe over here, probably cut it here, and that'll drain that water. And then I realized, wow, we probably didn't get the other side, so we cut it there, which is one of the low spot. It looks like the low spot. And you can see it's still dripping. So after we did that, we cut this to see if that would help drain. It was empty. So we cut that pipe and this pipe out, which both of them went over to here, which goes to a radiator in the library and upstairs. So, but then we bent the blade. So, put a different blade in, and we continue cutting. We cut that there, and that one there, which went to this radiator here. You can see the pipes. There's a radiator up in the what used to be the phone, quote, phone booth. So that came out, and then we started cutting the pipe over here, and the blade got hung up at some point. I don't know why. He got tight or something, and it broke. So I'm out of blades. We got to get blades, so we're done for the day. All right. Now today we did a bunch of cutting of pipes, getting cleared out around the boiler. We got these pipes over here cut. And I stuck this handy dandy brush in the hole here, so protect it, because this is at my eye height right here. So that's a dangerous thing. But those pipes are going to get cut eventually. All cleared out over here. No pipes in here. And I'll show you the pile of pipes we've accumulated already. We got some copper here. Probably reuse this for the new stuff. And then we got all this cut out. Gone through a few blades. Let me see if I can give you a better view here of, I mean, there's some pieces the two of us were having a tough time carrying. Pretty big stuff. Well, that's probably about 15 feet long. This is some stuff cut out in December. That was pipes that weren't being used. All right, on to another day. Then we are trying to remove these big pipes here where they're bolted together. We got this one out, that was the only bolts we had to remove, and it was a pipe that went from here and hung in this wire. Now we're going to try to do some other ones here. This one, that one, and that one. That will be one pipe there. That looks like it's going to weigh a lot. But the one that's going to weigh the most is probably this one here, which has got to be about 6 feet long. And then it goes up into here, and we have another joint there, and then it goes up here. There's a union. Haven't been able to bust all the unions. I can't get them to move. But I'll try again. I got a pipe wrench, so I'll try to get that off. And then so that actually that's it for that one. Excuse me. It's just these two. So that one and this one will take this pipe out, but this has got to weigh a lot. So that one's going to be fun. Right now we're working on this one, and it's the other end of it is here. So it goes into this end has been piped off at some point in its life, but it just comes up into here. Oh, there's a union, but it's just a little bit more on this right there. So we should be able to get that one out. All right, that's what we're working on now. Okay, we got some of these pipes out. We got that one. We got that one which went up to there, and this one. And we got that out and that out. Probably just gonna, this one will probably just cut the pipe here and here. We got this one to take out, and that'll take this piece out. So that's cool. Getting there. Some of these have been a royal pain in the tushy. So the problem with this we got this baling twine, which is pretty freaking strong, holding the pipe up, and because the only thing really holding this pipe is a couple of little notches here, which is in the part of the chimney that's above here, and ooh, hey, hit my head on one of the pipes, and then that set of bricks. That's the only thing holding that pipe. So I'm gonna finish cutting this out, and then I'll cut this here. This is going to be a heavy piece, but I'm thinking of cutting this here, and I can try to unscrew this from the shutoff and then turn around and use that for the new manifold system. So that's what we're at right now. So we were trying to work around all this copper tubing, which is for the hot water heater, because the hot water heater is still in use, as you can see. So while the heat is off, we're still using the hot water heater for this house is still being used, but it's getting cleaner. Well, here we are. Oops, still hitting my head on the pipes. There's no pipes in here at all. All the big pipes are gone. We had some fun. We got to go get a shark bite, because as we were cutting this, and the pipe was so heavy, we were trying to that it was connected to. So when the saw came through it, hit the copper pipe and boop, put a hole in it. It's like perfect. So we got to go get a shark bite for that, and then we can turn the water back on. So here we go. So here's what it looks like now. With the copper tubing all over the place. That'll get redone too. But since we have to keep it running for hot water, here's all the pipe we cut out, disconnected in the last couple of days. As you can see how big this is. That's the length of my finger. How big that is. That's a 3-inch, I guess. Maybe 4-inch. That was the biggest. Oh, and then this one here. This was the one that we were cutting this out. And when I cut it, which was here, when the blade went through, then it went and swung and hit the copper pipe, just like pink, and nicked it, and it started leaking. So anyways, and that pipe That weighs a lot. Holy crap. Alright. That's it for today. You guys wanted to see the repair of the pipe. And didn't video it yesterday, but it's a new day. And it's dry. And that's our repair. Shark bite cleaned up. Had to clean up all the glue from the tape that we had put on. That was a pain in the buttski. And then cut it clean. Two cuts, two small cuts. And slid the shark bite on it, and now it's dry. Now the ground's wet from all the water, but you can tell that we haven't got any drips. Put the finger under here and it comes up dry. So that's a good. And we got hot water upstairs, so that's a good. Here's all the pipes we undid yesterday. See the end of that one. And the end of that one, which was that big giant one that came across here. It was like a 6-inch or 4-inch, I should say. I don't know, 4 to 3. I didn't bother measuring them. They're huge. They're heavy. So now it's very empty. But today we're going to continue cutting. We got some pipes over there we got to cut. And after we cut those, we'll probably be going in the crawl spaces. Under here, that's what I'm looking forward to, is going in the crawl spaces and cutting. All right, we'll be back.